Okay, now wait just 1 minute. Do y'all hear that? Y'all hear that sound? Yeah, that's the sound of Betsy Devos' ass interviewing for another job.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wigs. You don't know what to do with it. Give me your wig.
What is up, everybody? You keep clicking on these videos, so that must mean that you like to hear me talk for some reason. I don't understand why. But if you want to hear more, make sure that you're going over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. You already know that I'm going to plug it in, okay, like some Glade air freshener. If you want to put your 2 cents in about the kinds of content that I create, and of course, listen to exclusive podcasts, get early content, go over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression and get your life. Now, speaking of getting your lives, I know that you all are going to get your life when I say this next thing. If you are new here, just follow my lead. Everybody say, here comes. Well, we can't say here comes anymore, right? We got to say there goes, because she put in that, I don't know, she got that pink slip, honey. There goes Betsy Devos. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes again. There's that wig, looking like a fucking hand. Now, when it comes to these kinds of idiotic people, interesting people like Betsy Devos, I think it is important for us to have some semblance of respect for her destructive, uplifting career. So let us really hold in memory, in loving memory, of her career. Let's do it out of respect. I put together a slideshow of Betsy DeVos, Devos, whatever the fuck you want to call her. Just a respectful slideshow showing how important her career was to us, even though it's a funeral, like I said. Let's have a moment of silence for Betsy Devos and her dead ass career, okay? Hopefully you were able to pay your respects to that nose-diving ass bird called Betsy. Betsy, I'm not through with your ass yet. I'm just getting started, Betsy. You put in your resignation as if that would undo all the damage that your dumb ass has done to all types of students from across the whole goddamn country. You really put in your resignation as if we weren't going to notice that maybe it's just a whole lot of bird shit on your yachts. And it's just like, oh my God, that's not a coincidence, baby. Like, oh my God, bird shit is given very much. Are you defecating on your own goddamn, warships, ho? Betsy, I'm getting on your ass. And a lot of other politicians that seem to think that we're just gonna forget all the shit that you and Trump have done, the ways that y'all have empowered Trump, the ways that y'all have been complicit, the ways that you used him y'all thought that it was going to benefit your career. And now you're seeing that, I saw that some people were in the administration mad as hell or nervous as hell because they're like nervous about getting jobs because like, are people going to consider us employable? Now that whole thing happened at the Capitol on Wednesday, now all of a sudden people are just like, oh, well, actually, I don't know Trump. So here's the official news about Miss Betsy. She submitted her resignation, making her the second cabinet member to resign over President Trump's response to the riot. I'm not sure what the first cabinet member is, but there have been so many resignations that came in this week. It's crazy. But the thing that's even crazier is what Betsy said. She had this whole resignation letter, but I'm just gonna read certain parts of it. She said, there is no mistaking the impact your rhetoric had on the situation, and it is the inflection point for me. Impressionable children are watching all of this and they are learning from us. Of course, that was in reference to Trump and the way that he incites and encourages his supporters, his base to go out here and do all type of crazy ass shit, is giving terrorists tease. I think it is so hilarious that she's talking about, she's not the only one. She's talking about morals and our children are watching, and it's like, damn, children weren't watching when he was talking about grabbing people by the pussy. It's like children weren't watching when he called these countries shithole countries. please? Y'all put up the parental controls, I guess, when he's out here spewing all types of bigotry and racism and sexism and all type of crazy shit. She said, I believe we each have a moral obligation to exercise good judgment and model behavior we hope they would emulate. They must know from us that America is greater than what transpired yesterday. And it's crazy that all of a sudden, I think this is the first time I ever heard her talk about children. You know what I mean? This is the first time I ever heard her talk about students. You know, anybody, kids in school. This is the first time I ever heard her talk about the youth of the country in a way that is fake inspiring and fake uplifting. Like, mama, I ain't hear you say shit about no student, no kid, no youth, nobody in college, nobody growing up. I ain't heard your ass say nothing about their ass, uplifting them and being a good fucking morals compass for their ass. And all of a sudden, in one of the darkest days at the end of his administration, you just want to talk about the well-being of our youth and children. Shut the fuck up! Get the fuck out of here, Betsy Trash Bose. Not the former education secretary pretending she actually got in this position because she cares about educating and mentoring. Girl, are your pockets, I guess your purse is filled up enough. I just wish that your brain was. Then she goes on, the eyes of America's children and students, the rising generation who will inherit the republic we leave them, are watching what is unfolding in Washington today. We must set a better example for them. Hey, it seems like she about to start preaching. All right, it's full of the same type of bullshit. Let me stop. Okay. We must set a better example for them, and we must teach them the solemn obligations and duties that come with the title American. Betsy, it is with great joy, it is with great honor that I get to be the one to tell you good riddance. I've been dragging your ass, oh my God, I've been dragging your ass ever since I saw that beak peck on my social media timeline. Ever since I saw that beak open up, I want to put some worms in that hole. Early bird get the worms, and it's really unfortunate because your ass is late. You are late and tired, and we're so excited that you will not be plaguing the educational system that is already a plague. We're so happy that you're not going to be plaguing the education system any goddamn more. In the final hour, you're going to be claiming to care about students and children and youth. Meanwhile, I remember a long time ago, I can't remember what it was specifically, but a judge had to drag your ass in order to get you to implement policies that you were already supposed to implement that would obviously help the students. It's just like a judge had to drag your ass for you to do that. And there have been countless articles, countless research done into how much you did not care policy-wise, especially for the students. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your chirping. I don't want to hear your quacking. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I want you to use those wings of that wig and take your ass to somebody. I don't know if you gotta go to the 100-acre wood. I don't know if you have to flap those wings and take your ass to Narnia or the Enchanted Wood or the Forbidden Forest in Hogwarts or the Forest of Middle Earth. Whatever you have to do, wherever you have to go, make sure that your bird ass is in your natural habitat. So happy you're out of here. Now, the only thing we got to worry about is who they're gonna replace your silly ass with. Now, if we wanna talk about resignations, we had Stephanie Grisham, the chief of staff to the First Lady. She was the first one to announce her resignation. Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Matthews resigned, as did the White House Social Secretary Ricky. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but it's gonna be very interesting watching them try to distance themselves from the violence and, insurrection, treason type of things. It's gonna be mind-blowing watching them try to distance themselves from it, but it's gonna be even more frustrating watching to see who is gonna eat that shit up. You know what I mean? And a lot of times mainstream media has a tendency to try and shove these motherfuckers in our faces after they, destroyed and made vulnerable so many marginalized communities, after their way of life and their ideology was complete and total white supremacy. I mean, we already saw what they did with Sean Spicer's ass. They were twirling his ass around on Dancing with the Stars like he was somebody's I don't even know. It was like a TV dinner type of tease. The way that, it looked like he was stuck in somebody's microwave and they were twirling his ass around like he wasn't just lying to the American goddamn people. We already know what they're gonna do with y'all asses, and it's corny already, but to see y'all running from something that y'all were standing up in with such passion. Y'all were not letting that shit go. No, keep standing there. What's the problem? What's the problem? Why y'all want to leave now, boo? Now, because the news was flowing so quickly when it happened, I wanted to give you all another update after, things kind of settled down when we figured out all of the things that were going on during the Miss Insurrection, during Miss Attempted Coup, during Miss, during Miss Treason. It's treasonous. TRESONOUSANTREA. I'm flying first class, up in the Capitol getting my ass popped in the chest. I'm falling down now. They took me out because I'm treasonous. My privilege don't work, treasonous. So real quick, I'm not even gonna act like I care about it like that. If you wanted me to speak respectfully about this woman, you came to the wrong channel. You came to the wrong channel. There was somebody, I don't even know her name, I'm not gonna say it because they have been co-opting to say her name on there, and that shit is for black women who have been victims of state violence, racist ass state violence. They've been trying to like co-opt it. Oh my God, say her name. No, Miss Mamas was literally a Trump supporter who got duped. Can you imagine dying for Trump? Who got duped into thinking that she could just head into the fucking House of Representatives, into Miss Nancy Pelosi's motherfucking office. She really thought that they were just gonna let her climb. They told her get down, climbing through these windows like she was singing Antoine Dawson song or something like that. They told her to get down and she didn't, and I'm not talking about anybody's Rice Krispies when I say that she got snapped, crackled, and popped, okay? Pew, pew, pew from point blank range. Can you imagine allowing yourself to feel hype about going, because your president says so, feel hype about going to the Capitol and fucking some shit up and they end up popping your ass and you wake up in hell? Damn, bitch, you got duped. You got tricked and bamboozled. I can't imagine what she's going through right now. Miss Karen of the Underworld, she thought that she was going to be able to speak to the manager, and all she ended up doing was pushing up a few daisies. How's that for some fucking gardening, Melania? And don't even waste your breath arguing with people who think that, protesters who are fighting against police brutality, who are tearing shit up because of the egregious wages and bullshit in this country. Protesters who are tired of seeing a community die in their own houses or in their cars or on the street. You know what I mean? Like, don't even allow yourself to be bothered by people who think that those kinds of protesters are the same as these racist bigots who are mad because they fucking lost an election. They're mad because other demographics are able to pick, they're able to elect leaders. Like, don't allow yourself to even enter into that shit. Literally, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of breath. They pick their side, girl, and you already know where you at, right? That's it. And we already know that they're a bunch of hypocrites because a member of the Capitol Police died during all of this, and like I said, I thought that blue lives were the only lives that matter, but I guess not. It's absolutely crazy. There are also, like I said, some more things coming out. This picture was shared a lot on social media because they're like, okay, yeah, they came in there to riot. They came in there to let their raspy ass, bigoted ass, racist voices be heard, of course, but they also came in there to take hostages, okay? As you can see, there were reports saying that a laptop was stolen from the Capitol, and then you combine that with the fact that this week there were news reports saying that the Justice Department, along with dozens of other U.S. agencies and civilians as well, they suffered a Russian cyber attack, and it had been going on for quite some time unnoticed. So you couple all of that with the fact that there were probably foreign agents in the goddamn insurrection as well, and on top of that, some of the Capitol Police, not all of them, but some of them were aiding the insurrection and making sure these people were comfortable. It's a lot of shit going on. I read some articles that said like this is an IT worst case scenario, like IT nightmare. That's what they said. Now you gotta go scrub everything, not even just because the motherfucker's spreading corona, but because they could have planted all type of shit. They said, I remember reading that shit. IT said once somebody has physical access to your computer, they don't even have to take that shit. They could just be around it. Once someone has physical access to your computer, it's not your computer anymore, right? So they have to think about all of that. And then on top of that, Trump and Pence apparently they ain't talking no more. They ain't talking to each other. This news ended up rolling out because there were reports of Pence's staff not being allowed in the White House. It's crazy as hell. And when you think about that, and you think about the fact that, you know, before they drew up impeachment, they were like, okay, well, we're calling on, I think Chuck and Nancy Pelosi, annoying asses, went and said, hey, guess what? We're calling on the VP to get this 25th Amendment bullshit done. And what the 25th Amendment does, it allows the vice president, together with a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, to declare the president unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office in a written declaration. So they were calling on the VP to say like, hey girl, gather up some members of, I guess, the cabinet, get a written declaration out here to us saying that his ass cannot, you know, is unfit for office, and let's do it. If y'all ain't gonna do it, then we're gonna go ahead with impeachment. Now, as you can see here, this is just the beginning page of the articles that they drew up. Obviously, it's gonna be a long shot if the Democrats do not have control of the Senate yet. I don't know when Ossoff and Warnock get sworn in, but they haven't yet. It's just so many things coming out and so many angles that you have to look at it from, so many directions. I know the textbooks are gonna come in because I'm sure they friends own the companies who write the books. I'm sure the textbooks gonna come in and try to wash this shit over and make it seem cuter than what it actually is. But girl, we see y'all. And it's corny, okay? And on that note, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Please relax your minds this weekend. It's a lot of shit going on, but there's only so much that we can do or we can control individually. Love y'all so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.